Welcome back to the Rogues Gallery. It's March 2011, and we're here to celebrate the work of Becky Cloonan for her art show, Demo 2. Now let's go inside. Demo 2 is a sequel to the original series Demo, written by Brian Wood and drawn by Becky Cloonan. This is a 6-issue follow-up, and one of the highlights and one of the distinctive styles of this book is the fact that Becky changes her art for every single issue. Each issue is a standalone story, and Becky's art reflects the mood and the tone of each one. This particular page was sold at the opening. Congratulations, Scott. Issue 1 was full of a lot of great architectural and cathedrals, and oh, look at this. The cover to issue 2, Pangs. I never noticed that face in the fork until it was on the banner that we used for the outside window that you saw before. Pangs is a particularly disturbing story, but disturbing in a good way. Look at the way Becky renders exterior architecture and interior architecture in an urban setting. She is equally as comfortable with outdoors, indoors, and underwater, as you'll find out later. Oh, this is so creepy. Notice the way each panel is not straight necessarily. There's a lot of angles, there's a lot of curves. This is the first of several potential vomiting scenes in Demo. This is not, in fact, a full page. There's a few panels missing. Here you see the amazing print that Becky has done for us for this show. It's a reflection of issue number 1. Look at all the stunning architecture in the lines coming off of the figure's head. And it's a very moody and somber figure drawing. It's beautiful. The way the show is laid out is Demo 2 is a 6-issue series, and we have select pages from each issue. They run chronologically across the top and then continue along the bottom. We don't have all the art for any one issue, but no issue is unrepresented. And you do not want to know what is in his freezer in those pages. Here's some more beautiful exterior architecture. And, of course, a bathroom mirror. Now look how effortlessly she switches to a quick little collage of Post-it notes to create the face of the woman who is the highlight of issue 3, Volume 1 Love Story. Look at the exterior footage of her home there, comparing it to the urban architecture that you saw before. Clearly Becky has no difficulty changing settings or locations. Her art is very graceful and very real. She takes the mundane situations that everybody finds themselves in every day and represents them accurately, but in a very interesting way. Nothing that makes you go, okay, whatever, it's just people sitting drinking coffee. No, there's a dynamicism. Dynamicism. Is that a word? It is now. Dynamicism to all of her figures when all they're doing is the same things that you and I do every day. Well, for the most part. You see how the Post-it notes play a large factor in the story as well as the setting and the page layouts. And how Becky can convey emotion so well. You know what characters are thinking without even having the words on the page or having them actually have to speak to you. That's actually a pretty pivotal scene right there, so I hope it doesn't wreck anything. And she can change views so effortlessly without in any way changing your enjoyment of the series. Check out this page. There's a great close-up coming up where it's like a film. The shadow, the sunlight, the glare coming off of his shoulder in this otherwise silhouetted form. So great and so real. And the way she can convey action so effortlessly without having speed lines or a tremendous amount of motion in the panel. It's just the character themselves that has to move and literally are frozen in time, but shows such a depth of motion. Clearly, I'm not reading off a script or have anything pre-prepared. I'm just talking as I see the art, so I apologize for stumbling and always pausing and mispronouncing things, but it's all spontaneous because that's what art should be. You should look at art and it should tell you what you feel. You should be able to articulate it. And I'm doing so badly, but look at that. That's one of the joys of seeing original art, is all the little behind-the-scene things that you never get to see in the printed page. I think we already missed another potential throwing up scene. So, sorry, but they're there. There may be even more. Keep waiting. This is the worst commentary I've ever done for an art show. Becky, I'm so sorry. The fluidity of the underwater scenes and just the gracefulness of this character. The light coming through the water, the depths of the... I don't remember if it's an ocean or a river or what have you. And here we are. Here's another cover. Very straightforward in its layout, but it conveys so much. Demo issue 5, hell yeah. Look at how she captures great city scenes with not a huge depth of detail. Not one of these, hey, you have to look at a city from above and have 3 different points of perspective and have it be a double page spread. No, it just glimpses out a window, and you know exactly where you are and where the story takes place. And look at how distinct her figures are, her faces. Everybody looks like somebody different. It's not just a different haircut or different clothes. I want to point out the similarities between these two pages, how there's the wide open panel with the figure top of the other one right over there, bottom of this one. It's great to see them next to each other on a wall. It really flows well. But I also wanted to point out that the clothes that people wear in these books are actually clothes that people would wear. They're not stock comic book art. This page is pretty great for many reasons, but for one that you never got to see if you bought the book. Somebody spills ink all over the bottom panel and then swears a lot about it, but still manages to go in and use whiteout to finish the panel, and you never have to see the error, and it makes it so great. This page right here, guest drawn by Genghis Khan. Look at the sheer volume of books that she puts in this panel. Every book and the pages on them from you see in the top and the spines. And then she counterbalances that with a pretty wide open panel where the bricks just fade off, and then a super close-up of the face. This is amazing. That kind of work, that kind of attention to detail, the way she's constantly changing the art and the scene, it's pretty great. This is just an everyday scene with bananas that you are fully aware of the depth and the emotion going on between the characters. So great. This is why we wanted Becky for a show. Her art is so expressive and emotive. And here we have the cover to issue number 6, which was also the cover to the trade paperback for Demo 2. See how simple the lines are? But they convey so much. Pretty great full-page splash exterior setting, and a close-up of a restroom. Don't worry, he's not throwing up. We're good. The simple way she draws someone laying in a bed, the way someone actually lays in a bed. Not a straight line like a lot of artists do it. Not just like, oh, there's a lump. No, there's a figure under there. And look at how great it is with all the solid black and just the window coming through to light the scene. The figures are back to back in separate panels. Oh man, so well thought out. Just the changes in his expression from panel to panel. It's not copied in Xerox stand. It's not a scan. It's a real page. It's a real piece of art. The simple act of 2 hands holding, well, I guess 3 hands. You get the point. And this is it. The last panel of the last page of the show. Thanks for watching.